What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel Without a Foul, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through how to beat the bosses and get the spell the Pluck of Many. Now there are multiple ways to get this spell. I'm just going to show you the way that I got it, and it involves beating quite a number of bosses. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so as you get into chapter 2, you're going to come across these rat guys. There's a small one and there's a big one. Now I died on my first couple tries actually, because I wasn't paying attention. But you want to try and take out this big guy first. The small guy is going to hop up on one of those pillars and try and throw things at you. But trying to take out the small guy first just makes the big guy more angry and makes him harder to beat. So obviously here you want to try and learn his move set. He doesn't hit very fast. He hits kind of strong, but he's really not that bad. Use your abilities to your advantage and just do what you need to do to get him down. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to back up here, use my heavies. I obviously already used my immobilize and my cloud step. At some point, I'll get into my transformation. I'm fairly certain, but yeah, you can see the guy at the top right over there. But yeah, he hits kind of hard. He doesn't hit super hard. Again, just do what you need to do to take this guy out. As you can see, I'm already almost approaching halfway. That spirit right there is actually fairly underrated, because if you can lead him into that, you can see he gets poisoned right there. And as he gets poisoned, you can just kind of sit back, heal up, and do what you need to do. His moves are really predictable. Just got to get through it, honestly. As you can see, I'm stuck in a corner right here, and one thing I noticed is I think that the other rat guy, I think his throwing of things can also hit him. And I'm not 100% certain on that, so don't quote me. But yeah, again, slow moves, same moves every time. He doesn't switch it up. Just keep wailing on him. I'm out of mana right here, so obviously I'm not able to take him out as fast as I would like to take him out. But if you stay on the other side of the arena here, you should be able to take him out really easily with no issues. I know you can take both of them out, and if you take both of them out, you'll be able to get an item that you would need for the next part of this. Yep, there it is. There's the transformation, just to finish him off. So yeah, then once he's defeated, the smaller rat in the situation, this guy is going to then scurry off and run away because he's scared of you. So once he runs away, you want to follow him. And as you follow him, you're going to come into this little cavern area right here, and you're going to run into this little rat guy again. However, this little rat guy this time is going to summon a much bigger rat, much bigger, the first prince of flowing sands. So as this guy comes up here, yeah, see that he rips off a piece of his meat to summon him. That's the piece that you would get if you destroyed this guy as well. So yeah, the big fella comes up right here, and he's also really slow, but obviously you just gotta do what you need to do and take him out. Both of these fights only took me maybe 2-3 tries max. Because once you learn the moves of these really slow guys that are kind of tanky, they'll be fairly easy to take down. Just use your transformation and use your spells properly. This is just the little intro scene to him. I died, like I said, the first 1 or 2 times that I actually fought him, and he definitely hits hard. And his little tail, when you're behind him, you need to watch for his tail. Other than that, his moves are fairly predictable, and he'll charge at you like that. When he charges at you, you want to try and get him to smash that wall behind you like I just did, because you'll need something back there for a different quest line, but we can get into that later. Again, use all the tools to your disposal here, as this isn't necessarily a main boss that you have to fight. But it is very helpful in the quest line that we are currently pursuing here. Yeah, again, get your dodges in. When you get behind him, you gotta watch out for that tail right there. If you're able to dodge that, you'll beat this fight pretty easily. As you can see, his moves are really slow, but boy, oh boy, is he tanky. He can take a lot of damage. And that's another one that got me a few times too, is that move right there. Well, he'll swipe at you twice and then fall on you. That was one I couldn't quite pick up on, but once I started to pick up on it, I was able to get him down fairly easily. Again, like I said, use your abilities, the cloud step, the immobilize, the transformation. They all work in your favor. Sometimes you just got to sit back just like this. Again, that was a spirit I was using early on. I don't use that spirit anymore, but those things can poison him pretty easily. As you can see, it did not work right there. That fall move does a lot of damage. I almost didn't have him on this one, but as you'll see here in a little bit, I will be able to take him out. It's just going to take a second here. Also at this point, yeah, I wasn't using my focus until then. As you can see, I am down to my last gourd use right there, so I use my transformation. Transformation, I think, did way more damage than I did in a very short amount of time, but that definitely helped a lot. And putting him on fire from that transformation helped a lot. As you can see, it's chipping at his health down there. So then I just can obviously dodge his attacks, whack him a few more times. That tail, you gotta watch out for that tail. And got him. Boom. So after you take this guy out, right? After you take this guy out, you're just gonna advance further into chapter 2 and on like the main road of advancing into chapter 2. So yeah, if you get him to smash the wall, good. If you didn't get him to smash the wall, you can equip the Wandering White Spirit and use that to smash the wall. But then once you go in here, again, this is gonna kind of be for a different quest line here. Yeah, the item that is in this is the Wukong scales, and you need those. You need those for some secret bosses and stuff like that. So again, as you're coming into chapter 2, you already know who this guy is. Tiger Vanguard. Now this guy took me a solid 45 minutes to beat. And that's probably about the longest a boss has taken me in this game so far. I'm sure there will be some bosses that will take me longer down the road, as this is only chapter 2. However, with that being said, I'm also going to walk you through how to get past the tiger here. For most of these boss fights, you want to try and start out with your transformation. I don't think I start out with my transformation here, but if you start out with your transformation, you should be able to get it back by the time the fight is almost over, depending on how you're doing, obviously. So the tiger's got a few different moves here. He has the jump move, which is easy to time and it allows you to get in your light attack combo. If you use that heavy right there, it'll stagger him a little bit, but then he also has that move right there where he'll lunge at you and only hit once. Anytime he lunges at you in the air is the perfect time for you to attack him. When he's not lunging at you in the air, it's going to be a little bit tougher to get a bunch of attacks on him because he will be more able to hit you, obviously. This fight, you have to be able to dodge really well. There's not much I can say for you if you're not able to time his attacks and dodge out of the way. Whenever he does that, that's when you should use your heavy attacks. Whichever stance you're using, whenever he freezes up, you can time it to use your heavy attack on him when he does that. And again, his moves are not, he has a mix of slow moves and fast moves. But again, you just have to dodge, dodge, dodge. After 45 minutes, I finally was able to time his moves, right? I was finally able to time his moves. And I was able to end up taking him down. And once again, the poison spirit does wonders. If you can keep your poison guys alive here and get him poisoned, it'll start chipping at his health and it's just free damage. As you can see here, I haven't used my immobilize or my cloud step yet. You want to try and save those for the second half of the fight when he starts getting into a little bit quicker attacks and more attacks back to back. And in the second phase of the fight, when he freezes up like that, he's going to disappear and come at you from a different angle. That one got me killed numerous times, right? So you got to make sure that you learn that. Like I said, once you get into the second phase, he's going to try and hit you with that sword as many times as possible because that sword does an absurd amount of damage. Obviously, I did not use my transformation early, but I used it late, which helped me out. Usually, if you use your transformation early, you're gonna get it back at the later end of the fight. The good part about the transformation is it's not your health bar that's getting depleted, it's the transformation's health bar. So then after that, immobilized him and got him on the downswing. I was so hyped when I finally beat him. I think my heart rate on my watch hit like 93. I was very relieved, but the fight also felt really rewarding. This is where you get rock solid. I don't use rock solid. I use cloud step and immobilize, and now the pluck of mini spell, which we're about to get here soon. But after you defeat the Tiger Vanguard, headless guy will come in and you'll start jamming again. We all love the headless banjo guy. It's not a banjo. I'm not sure what the actual instrument is, but yeah, this is where you learn the rock solid spell. I'm sure the rock solid spell will have its uses down the line when you need to kind of quote unquote parry a boss. I'm not gonna use it. I'd rather use Cloud Step to try and get away and heal. But yeah, so once you defeat Tiger Vanguard, you get the Keenness of Tiger, and which the Keenness of Tiger will be used. And as you can see right there, you need the Sternness of Stone. You get the Sternness of Stone from defeating Stone Vanguard here. Now, this guy is super tanky. He does not take a lot of damage, and you really have to grind this fight out. As you can see here, I did use my transformation first. With most bosses, you're gonna want to try and use your transformation first, as it can help you get damage without using your gourds, taking down your health, using your mana, any of that. As you can see, I switched to a different spirit. So that spirit helps a lot in boss fights because it will moderately increase your chance of a critical hit. Which critical hits in boss fights, I mean, if you're playing this game, you know that critical hits in boss fights are just the way to go. You need as many as you can get. So if you increase your chance of a critical hit, it's just going to be beneficial to you in every single boss fight. Now, Stone Vanguard is tanky and he's slow and his attacks are slow. And it's another one where you just have to kind of grind it out. But once you learn his moveset, just like any other boss, you can easily take this guy out. It just, you have to be patient with this fight. You have to time your attacks. When these guys start jumping at you, just wait till they get close to you and then dodge out of the way, as you see me doing right here. At the end, he's going to jump with them. Just right before they land, just dodge to the left or right. Just however you react, it doesn't really matter. It looks like he does get staggered off of heavy attack. So the heavy attacks can help here too, as long as you can time it right, because he will start throwing rocks and stuff, and he'll bring up his little minions to like throw at you. But again, stay patient, time your dodges, get your hits in. He's tanky. Know when his AoE effect comes in. When he does that big slam like that, yep, the AoE effect comes in. You gotta watch out for that. That one killed me so many times. I'm also wearing an armor set that lessens the cooldown of the immobilize spell. So keep that in mind as well. As you can see, he just starts throwing a little temper tantrum here, but just don't necessarily panic dodge, but just make sure you're timing the dodges on them jumping at you correctly. And then just use your spirit when you get it back. If you get your transformation, use that when you get it back, and you should be able to take this guy out. It shouldn't take you any more than like 5 tries. So then once you defeat the Stone Vanguard here, that's when you get the Sternness of Stone. And the Sternness of Stone is the tally that you use. So from there, you're going to fast travel back to the Crouching Tiger Temple where you defeated the Tiger Vanguard. You're going to go back to the arena area where you defeated him, and you're going to go back up to that statue where it said you needed the Sternness of Stone. There, it says you can use the tally. You will plug that into the little face of the statue guy there, and from there, it will open up this giant tiger mouth from inside where you fought Tiger Vanguard. Tongue will open up, everything will drain, and once all of that gets done draining, you will drop down into the hole, and from there, you will just continue to follow this path, defeat all the enemies in the way. You're also going to come across a celestial jade lotus pill here. So right there, right where I defeated those two guys to the left, there's a celestial jade lotus pill that I picked up the first time that I dropped down this hole. And so make sure you pick that up. It increases your max health, but this next part coming up is why I say I got it the first time that I went down there, because you'll see why. As you come along this path, you're going to reach these four little, I don't even know what they are, but there's a bunch of them, and they can do a lot of damage really, really fast, and you got to be careful, because if you're not careful, they will take you out real fast. Now they're super annoying, but you just have to kind of try and isolate a couple of them to knock them down. Use whatever spells you need to use whatever you need to do to kind of cheese these guys, because as you can see right here, he has a little bit more health because he's got a spirit that you're going to take from him. But yeah, I died 2 or 3 times to these 4 or 5 little whatever they are. As you can see, I kind of tried to step back and isolate a little bit so I could either use my cloud step, mobilize. I haven't even used transformation yet. I don't even think I used my transformation here. But just take these guys out, do the best you can, use your heavy attacks. As you can see right there, I had to use my three focus point heavy attack in the smash stance just to take out 2 of them. And then this guy was still giving me problems. They're annoying, but they're not impossible. Once you take this spirit, you are then going to get back onto the path right here. You're going to slide down some sand. Yep, you're going to slide down the sand right here. There's going to be a keeper shrine, and you're going to waltz into Headless Banjo guy. And obviously it's not a banjo. I don't know the actual term of it, but you're going to walk into the Headless Musician. The Headless Musician is going to play a little music, and then he is going to grant you the spell, the Pluck of Mini, in which case that is the spell that you send out about 4 or 5 clones of yourself to attack your enemies or attack a boss, or whatever you need to do with it. So that's my walkthrough guide on how to get the Pluck of Mini spell if you feel like you're kind of stuck or don't quite know what to do to get that spell. Again, there's multiple ways to get this spell. This is just the way that I got it, and I want to try and help other people get it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you guys out to get that Pluck of Mini spell in Black Myth Wukong. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.